Hi everyone, welcome to another Jewish yoga class with Moda Jewish Yoga. I'm Emily and I want to thank you for joining me today. This week's class is about Parshat Tzav, which we read this week, and we're going to be focusing on the first 6 pasukim, the first 6 sentences. It goes on to talk about how God spoke to the priests and that they should maintain this fire, this eternal fire, always take care of it on the Mizbeach, on the altar, and that you are to take the ashes out and take them out to clean them out and take them to a clean place. So we see that God tells the priests 3 times to maintain this fire, and he tells them 1 time to get rid of the ashes. So if we're talking about the Mishkan, the tabernacle, and the priests, what does that have to do with us? So this was a great lesson that I learned, and it talks to us about maintaining the fire. It's really talking about literal fire since we don't have the Mishkan, the tabernacle anymore. So think about it in terms of the internal divine spark in us as that fire that's always there, the Ner Tamid, the fire that's always there, and that we are to maintain that Tzav, a commandment. God commanded these priests to maintain this eternal fire all the time. How do we maintain that divine spark in us and our connection to God? We're all different people. There are many ways that we can do this. So I want you to think about, how do you fuel that divine spark in you? And particularly now, what could we be doing to generate that, even if dark things come in our minds and it's hard to find that? That's something we should be working on, us commandment from God. And the other piece of it about getting rid of the ashes, another important lesson. How can we get rid of the ashes, the stuff that doesn't serve us? It might have been something once. It burned, it transformed. It's nothing we can use anymore. How do we get rid of that? So in addition, with Pesach upon us next week, this connects in terms of our divine spark. Hashem, God, redeemed us from Egypt, took us out, saved us so that we could join with him and be his nation and receive his Torah. What an amazing thing. So how do we keep that divine spark? The way that we got connected to God to be saved and received his Torah. And like Pesach time, we look for all the chametz the night before Pesach. We collect it up, and then we get rid of it, and we burn it. Biur chametz. We have to burn it. How do we get rid of that stuff? And Pesach is very symbolic about that also. It's about that renewal time. Spring is here. Things are renewing, and we've been redeemed. So as we go through our yoga class today with our poses, we're going to be exploring a lot of the breath, because the breath reflects all of these concepts. Pranayama, the 4th limb of yoga. You breathe in, right? The air helps build a fire, and that helps continue us. We literally live. And so as we live, we can do our divine mission here. Again, that divine spark, we're connected to God. When we breathe out, we get rid of that carbon dioxide that's not good for us. So let's use our breath. So as we go through the poses, we're going to be doing movement between 2 poses. One will be where we take the breath in. Remember, slow. How full can you fill up? And then slow out as we transition to the other pose. And we'll go back and forth to move with the breath. The inhalation, the exhalation. So we're going to start our class with a couple of breaths. And what I want you to keep in mind is, as we do the inhalation, think of breathe in peace, breathe in ease. And as you exhale, think of breathe out what does not serve me. So breathe in peace, breathe in ease, breathe out what does not serve me. Breathe in peace, breathe in ease, breathe out what does not serve me. Because if we can let go of our anxiety and our fear at this time, we'll be clearer headed. We'll be able to stay connected to our divine mission, to our divine spark. So let's breathe in the peace, let's breathe in the ease. Let's get rid of those ashes, the stuff that does not serve me. So we're going to put I like to do my right hand on my heart. Yogi's choice. Put your left hand on your belly. Do 3 breaths, slow, super slow. And 3 breaths, that means both parts, the inhalation and the exhalation, at your own pace. Try and keep in mind you're taking in what serves you. As you breathe out, you're letting go what doesn't serve you. Okay, let's start. Breathe in. Excellent. This is something you can do any other time when you first wake up in the morning. Perhaps you're saying Modani and then you do your breath. At night, perhaps you're crawling into bed. You're saying Shema, and then you can do this. You can do it at any point during the day, particularly if you're feeling stress. So let's get started. Let's stretch out our bodies and then we'll do our poses. Okay. So we're going to stand up nice and strong, hands on our hips. Let's do some twists, so side to side. Try and just move at the waist. Try and keep your head over your shoulders, side to side. Back to center, arms up. Grab one arm and pull towards one side. Nice and strong. Lean back. Lean over to see the floor. Then come out in front of you. See if you can stretch forward. Then arms up. Grab the other arm, pull towards the other side. Feel the stretch on your side. Then lean back, lean over to see the floor, and now this time swing side to side. Come up, put your hands against your lower back and lean back, dropping your head towards your shoulder blades. Feel the arch in your back. Great. Now we're going to come to the floor and do cobbler's pose to work on our hips. Bring your feet together. The closer your feet are to your torso, the more of a stretch you'll get. Listen to your body. Always listen to your body. And as we say, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Grab your ankles. Bring your knees up and down a little bit to loosen up. Then bend your elbows to put your elbows on your knees. Inhale deep, perhaps peace and ease. And breathe out what doesn't serve you, hinging at the waist to whatever's comfortable. When you come up, breathe in again, move with the breath. And the exhalation, come back down. Inhale back up. Now we're going to stand up. Great. We're going to do one sun salutation together. And we'll try and modify as is comfortable for everybody so that people who are sitting in a chair can do it, or you can move at your own pace. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Bending at the knees so that you're comfortable with your back. Bend your knees enough to bring your hands to your floor. And then step your feet back. Perhaps you're coming into table, if that's what's comfortable for you. For those of you who want the legs straight into plank, that's fine. Then we're going to bend to bring the chest to the floor. Scoop up to come into cobra. Tuck our toes underneath and press in, perhaps through table, and up to downward dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Feel free to bend the knees and then come up slowly with the inhalation. Inhale the arms up and exhale the hands down in prayer. So the first transition poses we're going to do are mountain to forward fold. So mountain is one of my favorite poses. It's simple yet empowering. The feet are fist to two apart. You can actually check it. They're nice and strong. Imagine the four corners of your feet rooting into the floor. Bring your shoulders up to your ears and then drop them. And maybe drop a little bit more so that your arms rotate so the palms are forward. Tuck your tailbone underneath. This is indeed your mountain pose. Feel nice and strong. Feel like you're rooting into the ground. You're going to inhale the arms up slowly. And then exhale, forward fold to whatever is comfortable. If you want to bend the knees, you want to come down lower, you want to rest the belly on the thighs, that's fine. But when you're ready to inhale, come back up. Exhale to the forward fold. Inhale up. And exhale to the forward fold. And inhale, bringing your arm to the side to our original mountain pose. Now we're going to do chair. Chair I like doing with your feet together. And you're just sitting back, imagining you're sitting into a chair. And if you can, tuck your tailbone under. Bend your knees to what's comfortable. And for those of you, here I am, who want to do it in a chair, feel free to do it in the chair. That's too comfortable. I'll be changing back and forth between chair poses and standing poses like we do in our mixed class. So if you're in your chair, make your hands into prayer hands. Inhale here in the center. And then rotate left, bringing your right elbow outside your left knee. Exhale, because you're scrunching up, you're squeezing all that air out. When you're ready to breathe in, come back to center, slowly with your breath. On the exhale, rotate to the right now, bringing the left elbow outside the right knee. When you're ready to inhale, come back to center. Let's do that each side again. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Now we're going to do tree for those of you who want to use the chair for balance. Those of you who don't, basically how we do tree moving with the breath is that we're going to come up and then come down. So if you want to hold on for the balance to focus on the movement with the breath, feel free to. So hands on your hips, and let's come onto the ball of the right foot and bring that heel against your left foot. And on the inhale, feel free to bring up your arms also, but bring up the foot if you can. Out and down. Feel free to hold on if you want to. Inhale up. Exhale down. When you bring your foot up, make sure it's not against the knee, either below the knee or above the knee. Your knee is not meant to bend out to the side. It goes forward, so you don't want to hurt it. Let's do one more inhale and exhale on this side. And out. Balance the weight between both feet, hands on your hips. Now come up onto the ball of the left foot and bring the heel against the right leg. Let's do this side. Inhale in and up. Out and down. Do two more at your own pace, as slow as you can. In and up. Now we're going to do warrior one. For those who are doing it in a chair, you're going to straddle the chair into your warrior one. For those of you who are not using a chair, you are up. The way to get into warrior one is stepping, pick the foot, you'll just change it for the other side. Back, your back leg is straight, your front knee is bent, and it's over your ankle. If it goes too far, you can hurt yourself. Really check it. You might need to narrow your stance, and so forth. This side I'll do standing, the other side I'll do chair. And we're going to inhale the arms up, and on the exhale, we're going into humble warrior. Hinging at the waist, bringing the chest and belly to the thigh. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhale what you need, like ease and peace, and exhale what no longer serves you. Okay, other side. So for those of you who are using a chair, if you were this way, come and twist on. So if you're sitting, bring one leg out to the side straight, and then bring the bent knee outside on the other side. So we're inhaling up, exhaling down for humble warrior. Inhaling up, exhale for humble warrior. Inhale peace, exhale what you don't need, and come back up. Great. How is everybody feeling? And if you're in the chair, we're going right into goddess pose. So your legs are apart as much as possible. Your knees are bent, and your arms are strong like this. So in a chair, we'll be bending over like this. To exhale, inhale, breathe back in. For those of you not doing a chair, it's essentially the pose without the chair. So when you're up and open, you have space for the breath, breathe in that peace. And those of you not in the chair, feel free as you bend over and exhale, straightening the legs to bring the fist towards the floor. Inhale up. Go back with the bent knees and the arms at right angles. On the exhale, you can straighten everything and bend at the waist. Inhale up one more time. Those of you in a chair who are doing cat-cow, if you want to bring it to the wall, this will be your cat-cow, and we'll arch back and forth. Those of you on the floor, let's come onto the floor, into table. The hands are underneath the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hips. And when we inhale, what we need, we're going to drop our head towards our back so we can look up, coming into cow. On the exhale, bringing the chin towards the chest, arms are strong, look at your legs, and exhale into cat. Inhale up to cow. Exhale, coming down to cat. Again, one more time. Inhale what you need up. Exhale and release what you don't, down. Back to center. Now we're going to do tricky cat. Choose one arm out. Try and keep it parallel to the floor. The opposite leg is out parallel to the floor. If you want, you can keep the foot on the floor. The idea is that when we breathe out and scrunch up, we're going to bring knee to elbow. And if your leg is up, the balance becomes the challenge. So inhale, open. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale and bring arm and leg apart. And then exhale, elbow to knee. Come back to your table. Now bring out the other arm. Parallel to the floor. Bring out the other leg. Deep breath in here. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale apart. Slow as you can go. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale apart. Last time. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale apart. Back to table. Check that your hands are underneath your shoulders and check that your knees are underneath your hips. Now we're going to do one of my all-time favorite poses. It's called thread the needle. So in this, depending on what side you're on, I'm going to do, my right arm's going to go up so I can face you first. So I'm going to inhale the arm up towards the ceiling. Reach towards the ceiling. Look at it. Slowly on the exhale, the arm will come down and go underneath the opposite armpit. coming so that you can rotate if it's comfortable for you to bring down the shoulder to the floor and that temple. So the arm on that side, the temple on that side, and the shoulder on the floor. When you're ready to inhale, you undo it. When you're ready to exhale, let's thread the needle again. One more set. Inhale the arm up. Exhale out everything you want to release and thread the needle. And inhale back to table. Come on this side and just do the other side. I'm just turning around so you can see me better. But lift the other arm that you haven't done yet. Reach towards the ceiling and exhale, threading the needle under the other arm. And if you're not comfortable coming down the whole way, that's okay. Where are you comfortable? Listen to your body. Inhale up. Exhale out. That breath is stoking your fire. Inhale up. Exhale out. Back to table. So now we're going to come down and sit on our heels. First I'm going to demonstrate before we do, because the transition, you're not going to be able to see it if you're doing the pose. We're going to go from child's pose to rabbit pose. So just watch. I like doing child's pose with my knees separated. It gives me more space to really get into the pose. And it keeps our tush at our heels, and we're laying towards the floor. We're going to do it with our arms straight in front of us, and our forehead is on the floor like this. So from there, we're going to wind up in rabbit. Rabbit transitions where we're not on the forehead anymore. We're going to be on the top of the head. Not the forehead and not the hairline. Top of the head, which means our chin is going to go towards our chest. And our hip and our bottoms are not going to stay on our heels. We're going to come up. So first, just watch, and then we'll do it together. So first, we're going to come into child's pose. And then as I transition, my tush comes away from my heels. I bring my chin to my chest. And then I put my top of my head on the floor. And that's where I breathe out. I'm ready to breathe in. I transition back, bringing my tush towards my heels. And I bring my chin away from my chest. And I can bring my forehead to the floor. So let's get together now in child's pose on the floor. Knees apart, tush on the heels, arms straight out in front. The arms don't really move. Inhale here. And on the exhale, bring your forehead away from the floor a little bit. Start bringing your tush away from your heel. Bring your chin to your chest. And then place the top of your head on the floor. On the inhale, lift your head a little bit off the floor. Pivot at the elbows, not moving the arms though. Bringing your tush to your heels. Bring your chin away from your chest so that your forehead can now rest on the floor. Let's do this one more time together. Inhale, lift your head away from the floor a little bit. Start bringing your tush away from your heels. Bring your chin to your chest. And then place your head on the floor. Top of your head, very top. Inhale, lift your head away a little bit from the floor. Bring your chin away from your chest, and then bring your tush to your heels. And now place your forehead on the floor. Let's do 3 breaths here without even pivoting, but keep in mind as you breathe in peace, breathe in ease, and then breathe out what no longer serves me. 3 breaths at your own pace. Come back up, and now we're going to come back into table. So bring your knees under your hips, your hands under your shoulders. we're going to tuck our toes underneath so that we can push up into downward dog. And that's the inhalation. On the exhalation, you can, two choices. You can either come down to table or inhale back up to downward dog, or shift into plank. Yogi's choice. Inhale up to downward dog. Exhale to yogi's choice. Inhale up to downward dog. And really push into the floor. See if you can keep the legs straight. If you want, you can bend them a little bit if it's more comfortable. And then exhale. Let's both all come into table. We're going to go back to our cobbler pose. Work on our hips a little bit. So sit on your bottom, bring your feet together, however far or close you want to your torso, holding your ankles. Flex your knees up and down a little bit. Your choice to bend your elbows, to put on your knees or not, depending on how much you want to work your hips. But we're going to be moving with the breath. The inhale, we're up, open. And on the exhale, we come down and breathe it out. Okay, together in. Exhale and bring your chest towards your feet. Inhale up. Exhale out. Last one. Excellent. Now we're going to do moving bridge, which I also love. Let me just take the chair out of the way. So it's bridge, but we move with the breath. Okay, so we're going to lay on our back. Then we're going to bend our knees so our feet are flat on the floor. Our hands are by our sides. And bridge, basically our tush comes up. But instead of, if you've done yoga before, when you've done bridge, instead of putting our hands underneath our backs, they're going to move with our breath up and over, away from our feet. So arms next to your body, slowly. And even if you just get your tush up a little bit. One thing is the movement, predominantly the arms with this. We'll move with the breath. Inhale, tush comes up, arms up and over. When you need to exhale, bring the arms and the tush down. Slow. Move the breath with the hands and the tush. Do 2 more of those at your own pace, slow and deep. Now let's do one more for good measure. Really think about all the good that's coming in to stoke that fire. Your divine connection. And then release it, all the stuff that's not working for you. Okay. It's time for Shavasana. So I want you to find a comfortable position. Laying on your back, perhaps you lay like this, arms are a little bit away from your torso, your legs are apart a little bit. Find a comfortable position. Perhaps you want to get warm and cozy if you have a blanket, if you want to put on a sweatshirt. We want your eyes closed. I want you to listen to your breath. I'm going to help you release a little bit, and then I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to stay with your Shavasana as we finish up. And let everything we learned about stay with you. So, into your Shavasana position, you're relaxed. Inhale deep. Breathe out slow. Eyes are closed. Tighten your toes very, very tight. And now release them. Strengthen your legs, particularly your thigh muscles. Maybe lift your feet, your legs like an inch or two off the ground. And now relax your legs. Now tuck your tailbone under and release that. Bring your shoulders up to your ears and release them. Make tight, tight, tight fists with your hands. Lift your arms an inch or two off the ground. Now bring your fingers apart while your arms are still a little bit off the ground. Stretch them apart, stretch them apart. Now release your arms and your fingers down to the ground. Clench your teeth very tightly, very tight. Relax your teeth. Close your eyes as tightly as you can. Squint them, squint them, squint them. Now keeping them closed, relax your eyes. Feel as if you're melting into the ground. You're at peace. You're at ease. Breathe that in slowly, filling up your belly, your chest, and your throat. As you breathe out, let go and release everything that does not serve you. This might be different for different people. Might be something concrete. I gotta clean out the house. Might be a person. I gotta find a different boss. It might be a piece of your personality. I gotta stop being so angry. Remember your breath. Go as slow as you can. It is power. It will stoke your fire. Breathe in and breathe out. I will now be quiet for a couple of minutes. You are fine. I will tell you to start stretching when it's time. Enjoy your Shavasana. Start wiggling your fingers. Start wiggling your toes. Try and stretch your feet away from your torso. Bring your arms up and away from your sides so that they're above your head, and stretch your hands away from your feet. How long can you make your body? See if there's more space to breathe in deeper. Take your time. On the next exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Hug yourself nice and tight and cozy. Come onto your side into a fetal position and relax. Think about all we talked about today. Divine spark is in us. That fire is burning. How do you fuel it? Technically use your breath. You can do self-reflection. What's going to give you peace? What's going to give you ease of mind? Remember the other part of your breath, the exhalation. What's going to help you release? Just not serving you at all anymore. Maybe it once did. Things have its life cycle. One time, second grade math was awesome, but then it was time to do algebra in 8th grade. Come up, sit up. Pesach is upon us. We're cleaning out our houses. We're getting ready for that divine connection again, where God took us out of Egypt to become his people and give us our Torah. Pesach was the start of that journey to get the Torah. Well, the start with Abraham, but that final phase of really final dash. Keep that with you. Divine spark is in you. It's there. You're awesome. Keep it going. Remember to use your breath. You don't have to just be in a yoga class. It's always with you. I'll see you next time. Enjoy. Bye.